Other news, there is a somber mood at the Canadian base in Kandahar, Afghanistan today. This morning, soldiers there said goodbye to two fallen comrades. Chief Warrant Officer Bobby Girouard and Corporal Albert Storm died in a suicide bomb attack on Monday. Their final journey home began with a sad and familiar ramp ceremony at Kandahar Airfield. The CBC's Daryl McIntyre was at today's ramp ceremony. He says all losses hit the base hard, but this one has a special impact.
The scene was, of course, very solemn, and listening to the bagpipes there reminded me there was something different about it today. It was very quiet on the ramp ceremony. This is a noisy place, Kandahar Airfield, as you can imagine. But during the ramp ceremony, they actually closed the airfield, so no flights in, no flights out. Usually you hear a constant drone of airplanes and jets taking off and landing in helicopters, and it was absolutely silent there this morning, and it was very early in the morning, so there wasn't much activity here either. You could hear the birds chirping in the trees, and I think that silence actually made it seem even more solemn. Troops from all over the world, there were Americans, British, Canadians, Australians, Dutch troops there to watch the bodies of these two Canadians start their trip back home. So it's a very solemn moment, and soldiers aren't prone to showing their emotions too much, but you can see today that a few of those soldiers were struggling to keep their emotions in check. You know, what everybody here says is that the loss of every soldier is equal. There's no one soldier's death that is more important than another's, and of course their families all believe that too. But one of the soldiers that were killed in this suicide attack was Chief Warrant Officer Robert Girouard. It was the regimental sergeant major here. There aren't very many regimental sergeant majors in Canada even, and he's kind of like the father figure to the soldiers here. He's the go-between between the enlisted man and the officers. He's the most senior enlisted man here, and every soldier that we've spoken to has spoken extremely highly of this particular regimental sergeant major. They say he led by example, he was fair, he was tough, but he was also kind to the soldiers. And also, you know, the public affairs officers here are trying to confirm this, but they say they'll have to check with an archivist or a historian. They believe that this may very well be the first regimental sergeant major that's been killed in action since World War II.